Radio IMWS.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Choosing a High School on Radio IMWS. And now then, the school year has only just begun, but year 6 parents will already be looking for a high school for their child to attend next year. With this in mind, Radio IMWS will be broadcasting a series of specials with representatives from local schools joining us live in the studio to tell us more as to why you should choose their school for your child. Joining us tonight, we have Westborough High School, and we have the deputy head, who is Anne. And I did mean to ask you the pronunciation of your surname. Do tell us all what your surname is.
Yeah, my name's Anna Dukenny, and I'm actually one of the assistant head teachers at Westborough High School.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much. I did read it a bit earlier, and I meant to ask you your surname. Right. Okay. Now then, listeners out there, I know we're at a different time to our usual broadcast, but I hope that you can still participate. Remember, you can send in your questions by WhatsApp or text message to 07460809218, or you can, inshallah, give the studio a call 01924505629. Remember, this show is a 45-minute show, so we'll be finishing around about 10 to 7, around that sort of time. So get your questions in quickly. Right, Anne, to start with, give us a bit of background on Westborough High.
Well, Westborough High School has got approximately 1,000 students, ranging from 11 to 16. We've been on a massively improving journey over the last 3 years since our new head teacher joined us. We last year came out as one of the top 10% of schools for pupil progress, which was a real success really for Westborough, and really stood for our strengths, and really highlighted that we are the sort of school that puts a lot of effort and a lot of time into every single pupil in our care, and really focuses on pupil progress. We've really become a community school, especially more recently since the new head teacher joined. We're reaching out into primary schools and doing a lot of work with our local primary schools. A lot of pupils in a variety of primary schools work directly with us. They come up to Westborough High School, we go down to primary schools, and we really value the community we work for, and we're there to serve our community and do the very best by it.
Okay, and what's the catchment area for Westborough?
We've got quite a broad catchment area, to be honest. What we are doing actually as of next year is changing our admissions policy away from catchment areas and more focusing towards certain primary schools. So there will be 5 named primary schools on our admissions policy. At the moment, we mainly feed from Dewsbury Moor area, we feed from Savile Town, Ravensthorpe. There are an awful lot of different areas that we do take pupils from, but we are reaching quite far out as far as Hetman Wyke, Murfield, a variety of areas.
Right. Okay. Now then, how many pupils have you got at the school?
Currently, we stand at approximately 960. So yeah, it's 5-year groups of around about 200 pupils in each year group.
All right. Okay. And how many teachers have you got?
At the moment, teaching staff, we've got approximately 80 that are teachers, and an additional 50 support staff within school.
Right. Right. Now then, if you've just tuned in, you are listening to Radio IMWS, broadcasting live from the Al Hikmah Centre. This is Choosing a High School. Remember, I do give out the number quite frequently in the first few minutes, just to make sure the listeners out there are aware. We are live. It is the 16th of September 2015. So you are listening to this live at 6:08 on the blue digital clock on the wall. WhatsApp text to 07460809218. And we are live on YouTube this evening as well. Do go over to our channel, which is Radio IMWS, and you'll be able to see myself and Anna in the studio live. All right, Anna, now then, you mentioned there about the head teacher came in, you mentioned a year ago?
A couple of years ago,
sorry. Yourself, you've been with the school for
5 years.
5 years now.
Year, yeah.
Okay. Now, looking at the leadership structure, what's the leadership structure that's within the school?
So obviously, we've got a head teacher, Mrs. Knapp. I was going to say new head teacher, but she's not so new anymore. In her 3rd year, made an awful lot of changes that have drastically improved behaviour, attitudes to learning, pupil progress, achievement. We've made changes to the curriculum. Underneath Mrs. Napper, the head teacher. You've then got the deputy head, Mrs. Ashmore, who oversees curriculum and ensuring that the curriculum model is fit for purpose, amongst many other things. There are then an additional 7 assistant head teachers, of which I am one of them. We have different areas of responsibility, and basically we run a very distributed leadership structure to make sure that everybody has a particular role and a particular focus, so to ensure things happen within the school. In addition to that, there are middle leaders. Some of those are team leaders that are in charge of a certain curriculum area, English, maths and science being the obvious ones. We also have obviously business and enterprise, we have performing arts, and lots of varieties of different subjects for which we have team leaders in charge of those. We have 5 heads of year, a head of year, teaching head of year, for one for each year group, year 7, 8, 9 and 10 and 11. They have assistant heads of year that are non-teaching, which means that the pupils get the best possible pastoral care while they're with us, and it's very bespoke to the age range. So obviously the kind of care they need in year 7 is very, very different to the care they need in year 11. And we also have quite a number of lead practitioners who are very highly skilled lead teachers in the core areas, English, maths and science, who help to influence teaching and learning throughout the school. They deliver bespoke CPD for staff members, and we are aiming that teaching and learning is of the highest quality throughout school, and we've got a team of people that are in place to ensure that that happens.
There's an awful lot of people there. It's always surprising me in modern schools. Before, historically, of course, when I was at school, we had the head teacher and the deputy head, and everyone else was just a teacher or a head of subject. There's a massive structure there. How does it all work together?
Well, I think historically that there was a lot of management that went on in schools, and it was very top down. I think certainly at Westborough, and that we've got a much more distributed leadership, and it's about by getting ownership and buy-in, not only from our staff, but also from the community. And we've got plenty of people in position to ensure that we get the community involved, we get the pupils involved, parents, governors, making big decisions that are going to impact on our pupils positively. And I think that the way that we organise it really ensures the empowerment of the people within the school.
Yeah, and looking at the as you mentioned, the involvement of the community. Now, obviously, you've got a school board of governors.
Yeah.
How does that work, and how well is it representative of the actual pupils who are in school, the ethnicity and faith backgrounds?
I think we've got a really good balance, if I'm honest. We've got a very good balance of different types of governors. So we do have parent governors, we have trust governors, because we're in a trust with Hetman Wyke and a variety of other institutes. And so we've got a really nice balance. And in terms of the ethnic and the faith backgrounds, there is a huge representation on the governing body, and we are very aware that we work in a multi-ethnic population, and we're very respectful of all of those, all of the beliefs, and very ensure that we can really do the best possible service to our community. So obviously we've got Eid coming up, and we need to take that into account, but we need to also ensure that our pupils make the best possible progress and are making the right decisions in terms of their academic achievement as well. And the governors really, really help us to make sound decisions that are based upon not only the academic progress, but also the faith backgrounds of our pupils.
Okay, and what about the demographic of the school itself? Because it is, it's a mixed school, and it's sat in an area where it's attracting various, quite a few different communities. What's the demographic breakdown of the school?
We have got a variety, and I mean, I could sit here probably all day and tell you the different languages that are spoken by our pupils, the different beliefs that they have, the different areas they come from, the cultures that they come from. I think what is really, really key about Westborough High School is that we are a community within the school, and that despite the fact that we have got pupils from different backgrounds with different beliefs, that everybody is there together, and we are there. I mean, our strapline is "Together we succeed," and we wholeheartedly believe that. Not only are we talking about our community, our staff, our pupils, our parents, but we're talking about the different faiths and the different beliefs. The pupils actually came up with our new logo, which is a world with lots of people sort of arm in arm around the outside. And that was the first thing that came across in the pupils' designs of the new logos, was about the fact that we are very we represent the global population, but the tolerance and the respect that pupils have for one another, it really is a cohesive environment. And, you know, we have got pupils that worship Islam, we've got Christians, we've got an awful lot of different beliefs, but pupils are respectful of that, and they tolerate, and they, I think probably more importantly, they want to learn about each other's cultures. And that really is an overriding theme within the school, that we are a team, that we work together, and we respect the diversity that's within the school walls.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, if you've just tuned in, you are listening. It is Wednesday, the 16th of September. Just coming up to 6:15 in the evening. I'm Brother Muhammad, live in the studio with Anna.
Duke Kenny.
I will.
It's a mouthful.
Anna, who is the assistant deputy head at Westborough High, one of the assistants, and you can, inshallah, send a message a message or a question via WhatsApp or text message to 07460809218. Remember, we've got about half an hour left to go, so do get your questions in quickly so we can, inshallah, get them. Ask Anna the difficult questions, because Anna's here for the difficult questions. Right now, then we've spoken about the leadership and the makeup of the school. What are the key strengths in the school?
The key strengths, gosh, that's a challenging one. I would say that we've just got a lot of strengths, and I think really the number one is the passion and the drive of our staff to put our young people first. We have got a variety of needs, as any school does, but the enthusiasm that our staff about getting to know each young person as an individual and meeting their needs to ensure the best possible care, to make sure that their well-being is catered for, to make sure that they're making academic progress, to make sure that they get enrichment opportunities outside their school curriculum. I mean, I would say the people in the building, you know, the enthusiasm for the community that we work in, and to make sure that every single person makes progress.
Right. Okay. Now then, we have got it. Looks like a question or a message does come in. We'll get on to that in a moment. You mentioned there about the passion of the staff. Now, one of the key elements within a school is, of course, stability and stuff.
Absolutely.
What's Westborough been like regarding staff? How many have you had? Many coming and going?
We're very fortunate, actually. Since Mrs. Napper started as our head teacher, we have managed to really stabilise our staffing structure. I think quite unique to Westborough is that we have got now a full complement of staff, and we have got subject specialist teaching in every area, which means if pupils are going to attend English lessons, they're being taught by English specialists. Now, that sounds obvious, but actually, with the way that things are out there in the wider community, a lot of schools are struggling to staff their departments with subject specialists. So it really is quite unique and quite special, and obviously absolutely essential for the pupils making progress that they're being taught by somebody who is a specialist in that subject. And as I say, we are very stable. We have got big complement of lead teachers who are there to help influence teaching and learning in a very positive way, really improve the quality of teaching and learning within the building. And we're very, very, very fortunate. And I do believe that is because Westborough is not just academically a great place for pupils to be, but the general ethos, the general feel. It's about a community. I mean, one of our visions is about respect, kindness and honesty. And I think you go into Westborough High School and that's exactly what you feel: respect, kindness and honesty. And that's why staff want to work there, and it's why we are fully staffed, and we've got a stable staff body.
Right. Okay. Now, within the school, I appreciate that the head teacher isn't with us this evening, unfortunately. I'm sure we will get her get the head teacher on at another time.
I'm sure she'd love to.
What would you see as the areas where you'd like to make improvements or changes?
I think the one special thing about Westborough is that we are always raising the bar. And I think, you know, we have come on a hugely improving journey over the last couple of years, but there are certainly areas that we would like to improve. And I think raising the proportion of our pupils that make more than expected progress and really achieve those top grades is very, very important to us. We are very keen to provide opportunities for our pupils outside the curriculum as well, and widening that is really really important, giving them an understanding of their wider community, the cultural diversity, giving them the idea of educating them in respect and tolerance for different communities, different cultures, and really providing young people that when they leave us post 16, that they're very well rounded. And I think that is a journey that we have addressed massively. But I think you can always raise the bar, and you can always do more for these young people. So we are definitely on an ever improving journey. We are wanting to see increasing numbers of top grades. We are wanting to see more and more pupils making above expected progress. And we are really wanting to make our young people very well rounded, very respectful and very tolerant of all of the cultures and beliefs in the area.
Right. Okay. Now then, we're going to take a very quick break, just a couple of minutes, so that we can have a bit of a breath here as well. You are listening to Radio IMWS. Remember, if you want to get your questions in, do start texting or WhatsApp. We've got a few in already, but do send them by WhatsApp or text to 07460809218, or you can give the studio a call on 01924 505 629. We're going to take a break. Right back with you after this.
Online and on your home receiver, you're listening to Radio IMWS.
Join the discussion on Radio IMWS every Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday from 8 p.m. Topics include Islam, current affairs, health, legal, education, and a weekly program delivered in Gujarati. You can join in by calling the studio on 01924 505 629 or send us a text or WhatsApp on 07460 809 218. For program schedules, visit www.imws.org.uk. If you would like to volunteer and be part of the Radio IMWS team, email radio@imws.org.uk or call 01924 500 555. Are you running a business from home and need to move into an office, a place where you can confidently meet your clients, or maybe looking to relocate? The Al Hikmah Center provides office space in a safe, secure and scenic location. With easy access, convenient location, free car parking and free Wi-Fi, hiring an office at the Al Hikmah Center can allow your business to grow. For more details and special offers, call 01924 500 555 or email info@imws.org.uk. Hold your meetings and conferences at a secluded scenic location just 15 minutes from the M1 and M62. Whether small, medium or large, the Al Hikmah Center in Batley, West Yorkshire has the facilities to accommodate, including free parking and all the equipment to make your seminar successful. So whether your need is for a handful or over 1,000 attendees, we have all you need. For details and charges, call 01924 500 555 or email info@imws.org.uk. You can find out more about our conference facilities by visiting www.imws.org.uk.
Radio IMWS.
Welcome back to Radio IMWS. This is Choosing a High School, and in the studio we have Anna from Westborough High. Now then, Anna, we did have a few questions come in before the break. I wanted to wait because I want to give you as much time as you need on this. Okay, now the first question. How do your results A to C compare to national attainments?
Oh, well, I think we've had some interesting challenges really with our A's to C. It's interesting because just during the break there, we were chatting about that. I think what's really, really important is to consider the starting point. And I do think sometimes league tables perhaps don't reflect the progress that pupils have made. As I said last year, and we're still getting in data from this year, but last year we were in one of the top 10% of schools nationally for pupil progress. So when you take into account where the pupils started from when they joined us, and the progress they made over the 5 years they are with us, we actually compare very favourably indeed to not just local schools but national schools. And I think that's a really, really important measure for us.
Right. Okay. So, sorry. What was the results this summer? Have you got the final?
We have sent a few remarks back, so it's likely to change. This year we were looking at 49% 5A star to C and 40% a 5A star to C, including English and maths.
49 for
5A star to C and 40% including English and maths. Yeah.
Right. Okay. We've got a couple of other questions that have come in as well. Let me just find them. Yeah. Here we go. Do you have provisions for Muslim pupils to have prayer facilities, and how is this organized?
I think that's a very, very good question. We are very fortunate in that we do have a real diversity of a staff body presence and also a governing body presence. And it means that it's in the forefront of our minds at all times, being able to provide things like prayer facilities for our Muslim pupils. So the answer to that is very simply yes. We do have separate prayer rooms for girls and boys. That is staffed over lunch times. There are arrangements with special lunch passes so that pupils can get their lunches early and still be able to go and pray. There is a huge respect, really, not just within our Muslim pupils, but throughout, about the fact that this is something that needs to be carried out and something that means an awful lot to a lot of our pupils and our staff. And I think that really does develop this sense of cultural diversity and respect and tolerance of other faiths. But it is something that Westborough takes very, very seriously, to make sure that every pupil, not just the Muslim pupils, can express their beliefs and carry out acts of worship.
I mean, what percentage of the school would you say are Muslim? Because I know
I would say the majority. I wouldn't like to put an exact figure on it, okay, but we do have I would say over 50% of our pupils are Muslim pupils. But as I say, it wouldn't sort of strike me as something that would ever really occur to me, to be honest, because it is such a culturally diverse school that we work in. It's certainly not a Muslim school or an Asian school. It's a school where all our young people work together. They are very respectful of one another. They learn about each other's beliefs and each other's cultures. And actually, when I'm out in the community, parents of all different backgrounds, all different cultures, that's exactly what they want. They don't want their pupils to just be going to school and learning about one thing. They want their young people to understand the world that we live in, and we live in a culturally diverse world, and that's exactly what Westborough represents.
Right. Okay. I'm going to follow-up question to the grades. How does 49% A to C compare nationally?
Nationally, I'm not sure of the actual exact national figure, I'll be absolutely honest with you. But as I say, I think for us, the key point is that we are on an improving journey. And what we are wanting to do really is not rest on our laurels, not say, well, 49% A star to C is absolutely, what we want, but we want to look at how we can improve that. Already things are going on, action planning, looking at teaching and learning, reviewing last year's results, but more importantly, probably looking forward to going into next year and how we can carry on improving those strength to strength. And I think we've made a really good start because, as I said, we have got a stable staffing platform. We've got subject teachers, specialist teachers delivering these subjects, not only in core subjects, but option subjects as well. We've actually got a situation where we're fortunate enough to be able to double staff some areas. So particular groups of pupils that perhaps might be struggling, we really can target the support that they require to achieve the best possible grades. So we are on a hugely improving journey, and I'm excited about seeing next year's results.
Okay. Now, how does the school encourage pupils' performance? What sort of incentives does the school put forward? What sort of ideas, plans do they use?
That's a fantastic question. I think we are really good at positives. That is one thing that Mrs. Napper, the head teacher who started a couple of years ago, really wanted to shift the balance and really make huge incentives for pupils to do well. Any Westborough pupils listening will know that one of our big incentives is we've got a reward shop. A lot of high schools do this, but we have invested in a system that really helps pupils and staff and parents work together to analyse behaviours. So it's a system where you get awarded points for doing things that are positive, arriving to school on time, making positive contributions, exceptional contribution to school, exceptional performance in certain areas, and the pupils get given these points, and the pupils can then use an online program to spend those points. Okay, so there's all sorts of prizes, all sorts of things that they can use. Some are educational, some perhaps are more social for the young people, but it's there as an incentive. We very much believe in reward trips. There are lots of reward trips organised throughout the year for people, for example, that produce really fantastic homework in their own time. There are reward trips for prefects, so those people that have applied and been successful for prefects. There are awards trips for pupils that get above a certain number of points in the year. We have our Year 11 prom, which is there as an award for the young people when they finish their journey at Westborough High School. And we really are very, very big on ensuring that that incentive is there. I think another key thing thing to mention at this point is we're also really trying to get our young people to look post 16, and we want them. We've got a strapline about Together We Succeed, and we use the letter D to stand for dream. We want them to have aspirations. We want them to be looking to the future. What careers do they want? What colleges would they like to go to? What about universities and degrees? And we really trying to use that as a reward so that they are trying to work towards their own goals and be rewarded internally for that sort of thing, and raising the profile of that as well. And I think that's very, very important, not only to our young people, but young people in the area.
Okay. Another question come in. Do you offer Urdu or Arabic as a modern foreign language?
We do. We offer Urdu. We've had very high success rates, and I know your next question is going to be the exact percentage. Unfortunately, at this time, things are still quite variable. So a lot of papers have been sent in, but we have had a really good success rate. One figure I do know off the top of my head is we've got a 20% of what's called the EBAC measure, which is when pupils need to study English, maths, science, and then languages is included in that. And our 20% EBAC is improved from last year quite significantly. And the main reason for that was the success of our Urdu, I'll call it Urdu department. It's Modern Foreign Language Department with Urdu as a subsection. But we've had great success in Urdu, and that's been really lovely to see.
But what does the curriculum offer? Because I know a lot of good curriculums are bespoke to the schools. What does the curriculum actually offer the children, the pupils at the school?
Sorry, what do you mean?
In respect to the curriculum, how do you center the curriculum? Are there special subjects that focus on certain strengths within the school?
Oh, right. Okay. So for year 7, 8 and 9, we class those as our key stage 3 pupils. And what we try and do is give them a real breadth of different curriculum areas. So, of course, they study English, maths and science, which you would expect in any school. But additionally, they study option subjects. They study the arts. They study physical education. They study a variety. And we offer a real breadth of curriculum. The idea then is halfway through year 9 that they begin to start to hone down the GCSEs that they would like to sit and BTECs that they would like to sit, and they go through an options process. That's done in quite a rigorous way, really, because we really want to support and challenge the young people to make the right decisions for them and what their future aspirations are. So we have options evening in year 9 where parents are invited, where the pupils come and members of staff sit and have sort of little discussions with the pupils. So what do you want to do when you're older? What would be the best pathways, the best options for you to take in year 9? And obviously certain things they can't opt out of. So English, maths and science, they have to sit, every child in the country does. But in terms of making sure that they take the right diet of option subjects, it is important to have those discussions. And then come year 10 and 11, they are then in subjects that they have picked and that will support them on their journey into their dream jobs and their dream qualifications.
Right. Okay. I have to say that with the earlier start, I didn't expect quite as popular response, but maybe we should make this a normal time. You are listening to Radio IMWS. This is Choosing a School. In the seat, we have Anna from Westborough High, and you can send us a text or WhatsApp on 07460809218. I've got another message that's come in, or a question that's come in. How many Muslim teachers do you have at the school as positive role models for your Muslim pupils?
Okay, another very good question. Again, I wouldn't know the precise numbers. I've got the numbers of teachers in front of me. But again, I would say that we've got a healthy makeup, not just of Muslim staff, but also of staff from many different cultures and many different backgrounds. And I do think what's very special about Westborough is that we reflect the local area in terms of the beliefs and the ethnicity of our staff. And we are very fortunate that we have people within those positions that are key members of the community. They keep us very much informed about the community and the direction the community is going in, pressing needs that need addressing in the community, how Westborough can support the community. And we're very fortunate in that. But we do have a lot, both male and female, of Muslim staff who do things, for example, running the prayer clubs, so that the young people do have that support and do have that guidance. But as I say, there are staff from other cultural backgrounds as well that that, if you like, can provide education on other communities, other cultures, other beliefs, to ensure that the young people have respect and tolerance for many different backgrounds and cultures.
Right. Okay. Now then, this question actually came in a while ago. I've been leaving it till now. Which establishments do most of your students go to when they leave school?
Oh gosh, really fantastic questions. So again, facts and figures aren't in front of me, but we do have pupils that go on. Our NEET figures, which is not in education, employment or training, are incredibly low. We are very successful in our widening participation team, getting pupils while they're at Westborough interested, aspirational, looking forward to post-16, whether that be that they go on to college, Greenhead College, we have some that go to Hetman White Grammar for sixth form, MFG sixth form, whether they go down the more academic route, whether they're going into apprenticeships, whether they're going into more sort of practical job roles, Dewsbury College, areas like that teach them much more hands-on experiences and hands-on vocations. So we are very fortunate in that we do have a very good makeup of a good diet right from year 7 right the way through to year 11. We have support from Kirklees careers guidance to enable the young people that perhaps aren't quite sure what they'd like to do to be able to get support, get guidance with UCAS applications, and ensure that every single pupil as an individual is heading down the right path for their future. And we're very fortunate in that, as I say, we have very, very few that leave us that do not go into either education, employment or training after leaving.
Right. Okay. And do you have, I mean, how well is the contact firstly with former pupils? Do you get many pupils coming back?
That's something actually that we really developed certainly over the last couple of years, but we're looking to develop further. I mean, if there are any ex-pupils that are listening that have gone on in the community to have very successful careers and different areas of success, we would absolutely love to hear from them. We're looking to set up a contact list between alumni, Westborough alumni, and the school, so that we can keep in touch with people in the community. I know there are lots of people out there that went to Westborough and see how they're getting on and the pathways they've taken. Last year we actually did quite a large survey of ex-pupils and found out where they were going. So we found that some have gone on to be doctors, we've got journalists, we've got a professional rugby player, we've got specialist police officers in firearms units. They're just the ones that I can remember. Teachers, lawyers, we have got a huge number of very successful alumni, but it is certainly something that we are looking to develop further and keep those links alive. Right. Because going back to a previous message about positive role models, there's nothing more special for our young people than listening and seeing people that have got in our community that are very successful in their own ways, coming back in and saying, this is what I did when I was at school. And that might be a story of success at school. And sometimes it's actually a story of, I didn't make the most of my opportunities and I've had to do this and I really wish I had done. And it's a message, and mistakes can be learnt from for our young people.
Okay. Now then, looking at this summer, I mean, what's the percentage of people, I know it's been a rough percentage, what's the percentage who have gone on towards education and those who have gone on towards training or employment?
I would really not like to answer that. I would be completely guessing. Right. I would say that in terms of roughly, I would say the majority go into education, certainly. And we do get a few pupils that need a better met in employment, in the more practical sort of maybe mechanic roles or plumbing roles or something that's hands-on. But the vast majority go into education to carry on their future learning journey.
Right. Does Westborough offer a sixth form?
We don't actually, no, but we are in a trust. We're in a trust with Hetman White Grammar, and we've got plenty of links with sixth forms. In fact, the sixth forms are coming in now, at sort of almost as we speak, to visit year 11 pupils to show them the options that they face at the end of year 11.
Okay. Now then, listeners out there, if you do want to send in a question or a message, remember the number is 07460809218 for your texts and WhatsApps. And you can call the studio 1924505629. I'm not sure why we bother with this line. Nobody ever calls it. But a few call centers occasionally. But you can give the studio a call if you so wish. Now, looking at behavioral issues, what's the behavioral issues and what sort of procedures are there in place to
I'm
deal with it?
really pleased you brought this up. Behaviour in school is massively improving. There has been some absolutely fantastic external reports from people coming in, people from Kirklees, independent bodies that have reported how much behaviour, and probably more than behaviour, attitudes to learning of our young people have improved. We have got put a huge amount of investment into behaviour and improving attitudes to learning. So we have got really quite a large team of staff that support behaviour, that are there to help address any issues that arise, and we really are on a hugely improving journey. I certainly since September have seen an absolutely fantastic response to attitudes to learning. Pupils in lessons on time, enthusiastic, keen to learn, motivated, wanting to be in interventions after school, making the most of every single minute of learning time, of education that they have. And I think it's really special, and I think it is to do with changes that Mrs. Napper made when she came in, as I say, putting a big focus on attitudes to learning, ensuring behaviour that when you are in school, your behaviour is absolutely focused towards you making progress. And the team of people that are there are absolutely superb. Real focus on positive. We talked about incentives earlier on, positives, rewarding good behaviour, and ensuring that that our young people are aspirational and are working towards a goal that is after they leave Westborough, making sure they are working towards their future dreams.
Okay, we've got another question come in. How many exclusions do you have, and are any of them permanent?
Very good question. Again, I haven't got the facts and figures absolutely in front of me, but what I would say is that since Mrs. Napper has joined us, we do have a zero tolerance to certain sorts of behaviours. So pupils, for want of a better word, that do express antisocial behaviour within school are dealt with very seriously, and that means that we involve governors. We have behaviour panels of governors that come in and they get involved with addressing the young people. We get parents involved, we get the community involved if there's an issue in the community that perhaps is influencing behaviour within school, and we take it very seriously. I would say the vast majority of the time Westborough staff are there to work with the young people in our care to improve their behaviour. We are not a school that likes to permanently exclude and you sort of pass the problem on. We take responsibility for our young people, and we are there to change their behaviour and ensure their future success. But I think it is important to point out that if there is something that is an absolute deal breaker, something that is an absolute no, it's a non-negotiable, then we're not frightened to say, actually, this school is not for you. And I think as a result of that very clear cut line, that message to the young people, to the community, to the parents, behaviour has improved absolutely massively. And as I explained earlier, attitudes to learning are phenomenal now. Students are rushing to get to lessons. They want to be on time. They want to be learning. They want to be earning the positive points and the positive rewards. They want to share that with their parents. And it is a huge shift. It's a real success.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that concerns a lot of parents in modern day is, of course, the prevent strategy. People sort of, in some cases, it's a case of not understanding it correctly or what. But how does it work in school? Explain to, or rather, if you'd like to explain to our listeners, how does it work? Because a lot of parents are afraid that if their child says something, it suddenly will be taken out of context, and that's the big fear. How does Westborough deal with that?
As I think I've sort of explained, that we are very much a respectful school of different cultures and different beliefs. We are a place that wants to hear the opinions of our young people. We do realise that they need a voice, and they are people that are forming their own opinions, that they're going to go ahead in life. And we really want to allow them an opportunity to voice their opinions, because for one thing, if they don't not allowed to voice their opinions, you will never be able to challenge an opinion that perhaps is something that could be concerning later on. So I think the first thing, we really do encourage our young people to talk to us, to talk to the staff, to talk to each other, whether that be in a formal situation, whether that be in an informal situation. And I think the makeup of the staff, the relationships that our staff have with the young people are really special, and the young people they express their opinions, and that allows very healthy debate about certain current issues, and it allows the pupils the opportunity to be challenged. And I think that is important, because we all know that some young people do formulate opinions, and what they're basing those opinions on isn't necessarily fact, and they do need challenging. They need guidance, that they're young people, and they need adults to help to support them. I think what's really important is we do have dedicated PSHE time, which is 25 minutes. Most days pupils get that opportunity to discuss with their form tutors, which is someone they have a very close relationship with, issues that could be concerning them. They have lessons, whether that be curriculum lessons, PSHE time, that allow them the opportunity to discuss many issues, current issues that are going on. And we also have SMSC days, cultural diversity days, where we're providing our pupils with enrichment opportunities. Pupils go on trips, pupils go and visit different faith centres, pupils are allowed the opportunity to watch theatre productions that are there to provoke emotion, provoke opinion, and start discussion. So we actually do prioritise the young people being able to voice their opinion, and we do ensure that if there are concerning attitudes, that we challenge that. We get parents involved, we get the community involved, we get the governors involved in helping us to challenge that. And I think it's a really important service that we do for our community. We have very strong safeguarding procedures as well. So if there ever was something that we were concerned about, and we did feel that needed flagging up, needed highlighting as an area for concern, we have very strong safeguarding procedures in place, so that young person and the family will get the support that they needed to go into the future.
Right. Okay. You mentioned there about the working with the community and parents. On the community side of things there, how good is the links between the school and, for example, local Islamic organizations or Islamic scholars?
We have got a number of members of staff who make those links, and they work throughout different areas. We do have representations on the governing body, for example, that kind of provide us with a lot of local knowledge and a lot of community knowledge. I think we've got very good links, and I think that it is something that Westborough would pride itself on. But again, I go back to saying that we're not just about a monoculture, we're not just about one belief, one culture. We want our young people to respect every culture that is represented, not just in our school, not just locally, but nationally. And we're trying to give them the skills that they need in order to do that.
Okay. Now then, this is a question we had actually at the start. Listener might have come in a little bit late, but I'll let you, we'll ask the question. I've been kind enough to send it in. So, okay, the question is, how representative are the governors to the communities the school serves?
It's a good question. So again, I think we have got a very diverse group of governors. As I say, we've got parents, we've got ex-parents, we've got local councillors, we've got people that work in the trust. We have got a really good balance of people that help us and support and challenge the leadership team to run Westborough High School to be the best that it can be. And I think that what we've got is a healthy governing body that has healthy discussions, that feeds into the community, feeds community messages into the school, and we really pride ourselves on working together to ensure the school's moving forward from strength to strength.
Okay. Now then, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with you right after this. Remember, we'll probably be only on for a few more minutes. Definitely be finishing before 7. But you can send a text or WhatsApp to 07460809218. We're going to take a very short break. Be right back with you after this.
Online and on your home receiver, you're listening to Radio IMWS. Hire the Al Hikmah Center for your weddings, functions and events, with segregated halls for men and women, including independent access, able to accommodate 1,500 guests, private car park with car park attendants, easy access, great location and full free Wi-Fi. There's no place better for your special day. For bookings and inquiries, call 01924 500 555 or email info@imws.org.uk or visit our website at www.imws.org.uk. The Al Hikmah Center, where your special day becomes a cherished memory.
It is related by Sayyidina Anas radiallahu anhu that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, when a man marries, he has completed half of his religion, so let him fear Allah regarding the remaining half. The Al-Hikmah Nikah service launched by the IMWS aims to introduce prospective marriage partners to help fulfill this important aspect of faith. The service is open to unmarried Muslims who are permanent residents of the UK. For more information, visit our website at www.imws.org.uk.
Radio IMWS.
Welcome back to Choosing a High School. In the studio, we have Westborough High, and Anna is the representative from the school this evening. Has done a fantastic job, I have to say. We always start the show wondering how is it going to go, but I'm pleased that it has gone very well. And I've got a couple of more messages and questions that have come in. Okay, how many Asian governors are there? How many Asian governors are there? Please be specific.
Oh, please be specific. Right. Okay. I would again, out of the governing body, I have to be honest with you that we don't tend to divide people up, students up, staff up, governors up by whether they're Asian or not Asian. So that's why I'm sort of struggling to answer that really. But we do, I would say we have a very healthy representation of Asian governors on the governing body. And they really do have an input into the school and how the school is run. The role of the governors is that they are there to support and challenge the leadership team in the leadership of the school. And that's exactly what our governors do. And our Asian governors have exactly the same input as any of the other governors on our governing body, and they have a direct link and a direct involvement. But I would say again that they're a really good representation of their community, and they really do have an input into school improvement.
Right. Okay. Now then, look, just staying with the governors for a moment. How frequently do you have new governors coming in and coming into it? And how can parents get more involved?
Right. So we are very fortunate actually in that our governors do tend to want to stay working with Westborough High School for quite some time. That's not to say you don't get natural turnover. People, for example, retire. We've had somebody recently who's been a governor for an incredibly long time at Westborough High School, has been a really positive contribution, but has decided to retire from that post just recently. So there are vacancies and there are things that come up. So my recommendation would be for anybody who's listening who'd be interested, who wants to get involved with a community school and a school that is on a hugely improving journey, the best thing to do would be to contact the school office and inquire. That can be done either via email or via telephone, and both of those contact details are on our website.
Okay, now moving on to the pupils who will be starting next year. First of all, communication with parents. What does the school or what does school utilize to get their message across to the parents?
Is this to primary school parents?
Primary school parents and parents of the pupils who are at the school.
Okay, so if we start with primary school parents specifically, we do quite a lot of work with our local primary schools. I used to be a primary school teacher myself, and I really understand that when the young people are looking at which secondary school to choose, this is a huge decision. It's not only a huge decision for the young people because they're young and it's a big change for them, but it's a huge decision for their families. And I'm very, very conscious that their families want to get the decision right. So in terms of our involvement, we are actually involved with pupils as soon as they start at their primary school. I am at the vast majority of parents' evenings of our main feeder schools, and I'm there simply to answer questions and talk with parents. Parents do come up to me, they ask me questions, they ask about the GCSEs, they ask about the behaviour policies and the anti-bullying policies, and having those conversations I think really helps parents to get a flavour of the school. Okay. So parents' evenings, one of the big ways. I attend a lot of assemblies in primary schools to convey information to our local primary school children. We do make links with Year 5 pupils, so they get the opportunity to have Westborough staff going to deliver lessons to them. but also for them to come up to Westborough High School and get a bit of an experience of what a secondary school is like and the day in the life of a secondary school. So that's there. We have open evenings. So our open evening is coming up on the 22nd of September. Everybody in the community is invited to come and see us. We're quite excited this year because we're having a prize draw where the first prize is a 50-inch colour television, which is quite an exciting prospect. So anybody who'd like to come, it's Tuesday the 22nd of September, 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Head teacher talks are at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. I know a lot of parents are very keen to hear the head teacher of a new school speak. And really my biggest recommendation for parents out there that are wanting to help their children to choose the right school is go and visit. I think there are a lot of perceptions out there about which the best schools in the area are, which are the schools that you should go to because your friends are going or your neighbours say they're good schools. But every single child is different and every single child can succeed in different schools. And I really would urge parents out there to go and visit the schools. I know that they've had a list from Kirklees of the dates of every school's open day, and I really would recommend that you go and see. And it's one of our big ways of communicating what we are about to our parents, because they get an opportunity to meet our staff, to meet existing pupils, to have a look around our building, to look at our curriculum offer, and it allows them to get a real taster.
Okay, just coming on to the pupils who are there already. Now, how do you keep contact with the parents and keep the parents updated on what's happening?
Yeah, several different ways. I suppose one of the main ways in this day and age is the website, and that is currently under a vast development. We're getting a brand new branded website that should be up and running within the next few months. But lots of our information, good news stories, the fact that we're winners of quite a few competitions, one of which is the National Tycoons in Schools, where we were very, very successful. Out of a lot of schools that entered, Westborough High School won, and that was nationally, and they went to Buckingham Palace to be awarded with their trophy. A huge success of the school. So we like to convey success stories that way, upcoming news. So, you know, if they're key dates, perhaps they're inset days that parents need to be aware of, that sort of things there. But more basic information as well about the curriculum offer, about behaviour policies, things that parents might want to know at any given time are based on our website. As most schools do, we also use letters and newsletters to communicate key information to our parents. We use text messaging service to remind parents of things perhaps that, you know, might go out of their mind, like to bring, I don't know, food ingredients for a particular food lesson. So there's that element as well. And we also encourage parents to come and visit us, and this is key really. During our parents' evenings, we've got a Year 7 parents' evening coming up in the next few weeks, so that parents actually get the opportunity to have face-to-face contact with staff, face-to-face contact with existing pupils, air their questions and get answers for those questions.
Okay. And the transition from going from junior school to high school, what does Westborough do to make sure that transition is smooth and comfortable?
Yeah, a lot really. As I say, we start our involvement in Year 5, and I think it's really important that pupils are feeling familiar and relaxed in a secondary school environment, not from Year 6, from Year 5, because really by the end of Year 5, come June, July time, parents and children are starting to think about their forms, what schools they're going to put on their forms, because the due date, of course, is October of Year 6. So we get involved there. We have the links, as I explained. We have staff that go down to the primary schools. We bring our pupils up to the secondary school to give them that experience. Once they get into Year 6, we go into assemblies. We provide support at parents' evenings for people that require support with filling in their forms. It's online this year, so that's something new for parents. We do our open day, where we invite our open evening, where we invite people in to come and see us, come and have a look round. We run some more able workshops. So for primary schools in the area, one of their big requirements is being able to stretch and challenge the more able pupils. Now, obviously, we are in a perfect situation where we have subject specialists in English and maths that we use to support the primary schools in that stretch and challenge of the more able pupils. Once the Year 6 pupils have done their SATs, we're then back into the secondary schools. We ensure that every single child that comes to Westborough gets a visit from their head of year or their assistant head of year, so they've got a friendly face. We have a transition day, which is common with every other school, where the pupils come and experience the day. That evening, we invite parents in so they can see the uniform, they can ask any questions that they have. We can get key information for the parents. We then do a buddy day, day, which is a second opportunity for the young people to come and make friends and meet staff. And then we do a summer challenge program, which is 2 weeks of the summer holiday, where the young people that are transitioning from year 6 to year 7 can come in. They can go on trips. This year we went to Flamingo Land, Lightwater Valley, Cannon Hall Farm, lots of different places, and really bond with the young people in their year group and with the staff as well. So with a lot of things to help ease the transition.
That's great. Okay, now then, 2 questions very quickly. First of all, clubs and extracurricular activities. When are they, and how popular are they?
Very popular. I think, as I said, in terms of enrichment, it is something that we really are keen. We want to make well-rounded young people. So there are plenty of clubs. I could sit here all day and name them. We have, sports clubs. We have computing clubs. We have science clubs. I could go on and on and on. Right. When are they? We run before school, lunchtime, and after school clubs. In fact, there are also some fixtures and things that occur on weekends that the young people can attend. So I would really say for anybody who's interested in coming to Westborough, if you would like an opportunity, Westborough High School staff will find it for you. If you are a rugby player, we will find you a rugby club to attend. And that, as I say, that is it. We want to put every child first and make sure that every child gets those enrichment opportunities.
Okay. Latest offset rating?
Latest offset rating is a good.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Right. Okay. Now then, if you just tuned in, you are listening to Choosing a High School on Radio IMWS. I have got a message that's come in, but I want to ask one question. Your open evening is on Tuesday, the 22nd of September, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's this coming Tuesday. Yep. Now, one of the issues that does take place, parents, because there's a lot of children who'll be in the sort of the madrasas around that sort of time, between 5 and 7 in particular. Then you got a little time this way, that way. Parents and children who wish to visit the school outside of that time, what do they need to do?
There are plenty of leaflets that have gone out with our contact telephone number. My name's Anna Dukenny, and if you would like to come and see us at any other time, it is simply a case of either emailing us. That information is on the bottom of the leaflet, or website, or prospectus, depending on which piece of information you have, or phone us and arrange an alternative time. But I would like to say that it is the idea of the 4 till 8 slot is that people can drop in at any time. You are not expected to be there from 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock. We have lots of parents that come to us straight after picking younger children up from primary school. They come for an hour, 4 till 5, and then they go off to mosque, and that's absolutely fine. What we're aiming to do is provide the most opportunity for people to drop in and see us when suits them.
Right. Okay. Right. This is the last question that I'm going to take, which is another excellent program. Well done, Radio IMWS. My question: what will the school be doing to celebrate the up-and-coming Eid al-Adha next week?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think a lot of our young people will be celebrating Eid. Again, we do try and bring as part of our SMSC curriculum to ensure that all the young people, again, not just the Muslim pupils, but all the young people understand what the festival is about, and have an idea and an understanding of why it is that some young people will be celebrating. I think we do get a very sort of jovial feel around celebrations, and Eid is a big celebration for a lot of our young people and our staff, actually, and we will be doing lots of raising awareness of the date, and obviously also a lot of communications with parents, because we are aware that parents are wanting their young people to be at home on certain days to respect those festivals. So we do a lot of communications with them and reassuring them that is okay for the young people to have some time off to celebrate that day.
Okay, that's absolutely brilliant. We've literally run out of time now, but Anna Dukenny, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
We found out a lot. I hope it was helpful to you, for the parents out there as well. Remember, we will be repeating this program or re-airing this program tomorrow morning from 10:30 a.m. And you can also catch the YouTube version, which will be available. It is live now, but it will be available as a repeat in about half an hour's time. Quick mention of this: things have changed. Kirklees have changed the application process from 1st September 2015. All applications for school places will need to be completed online using the Kirklees parent portal. That's on the Kirklees website. The process is quick, easy, and secure. They promise us. And please remember to make your application before the deadline, which is the 31st of October 2015. Is important. There are 3 schools: your first choice, second choice, and third choice. So do have a look around. Do take into account where you'd like your child to go. It is important because it's 5 years that could define what happens for the rest of their life as far as employment goes. The website for Kirklees is www.kirklees.gov.uk/admissions. That's it from me. Anna, final word from you. Why should parents choose Westborough High?
I think you should choose Westborough High School because we go the extra mile. The passion, the drive, the enthusiasm of our staff really mean that every single child in our school makes the best possible progress, has the best possible opportunities, and we really do shape young people so that they can reach their dreams in the future.
That's a very good answer. Anna, thank you very much for joining us this evening. That's it from me. At 8 p.m. this evening, inshallah, the Rafiq Bhai will be here with Fuldani, the Gujarati program. Mashallah, I know it's coming back after a couple of weeks off, but do tune in for that at 8 p.m. this evening. Tomorrow, we've got a special with the health team who are actually looking at digital autopsy. They've got special guests in the studio as well. It's a special 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. tomorrow. Friday, we've got Mudney Muslim Girls High School in the studio for choosing a high school. That will be from 8 p.m. And on Saturday, we've got a busy week coming up. Saturday, we've got Safiya on Safiya with Safiya's Hour from 5 p.m. And I've memorized all of those. So that's pretty good going from me, I think. I think I've got everybody. But until the next time from me, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Online and on your home receiver, you're listening to Radio IMWS. Join the